a wonderful day for us to talk a little bit about Malone University. Not only is it St. Patrick's Day, but it is also a special day for Malone University. And so we welcome in some guests from Malone. Before I introduce you to them, I want to let you know that, first of all, you can hear us on WHBC, but you can also watch us live on our Facebook page at 1480 WHBC. You can also watch us on our Twitter feed at 1480 WHBC, and also on our YouTube channel. And you'll find all of this today there as well when the show is over. So make sure you check that out if you miss any part of it. But again, as I said, it's a special day for Malone University. And right now we want to welcome in Pat Roberts, who is Vice President for Advancement. Good morning, Pat. How are you? So we're so happy to have you here this morning and to be talking about Malone. And this is a special day. I said it's St. Patrick's Day. It's a day for celebration, right? But also, it is a day for you guys to celebrate. Why don't you explain that a little bit?
Absolutely. Today is our Day of Giving here at Malone University. We started this tradition about 5 or 6 years ago when a lot of other universities started to have these Day of Giving programs or Giving Day programs, right? Our first year, we raised $5,000. We thought, wow, that was wonderful. All in one day, we raised $5,000. And this year, 240 Pioneers Strong will raise over $100,000 in one 24-hour period. So it's wonderful.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, it has grown quite a bit. So this is a goal of 240 in 24 hours, right?
Exactly, right. We're at about 130 donors already so far today. So they're up early. We started at 12:01, but we were sending emails, texts, and all sorts of things this morning and getting the alumni up and getting them going. So we're more than halfway there already for our donor count. So it's going wonderful so far.
And maybe explain a little bit more about how the tradition began. I mean, in previous events, the things that you guys have done. I know that the people who support Malone are very tried and true to the university, and I'm sure that it's been a wonderful tradition for you guys over the years.
Sure, alumni programs and fundraising programs have changed over the years, right? We used to do a lot of, it was just all mail, mailing out solicitations and things. And then everybody got into telemarketing. So we're all doing the telemarketing calls, good and bad, that happen at dinner time. But we like to put students on the phone so that way our alums and our graduates can still connect back, right? To our students, ask about faculty members or things like that. Some have gone to calling programs that are paid callers. We don't do that. We have our students connect with our graduates. And then these Day of Giving programs started, like I said, 5 or 6 years ago. And with social media, the way it's going, we're even today exploring different ways to text our alums, and they can pay through PayPal and Venmo and everything else, right? These new ways that any way that they want to make a gift to Malone, we want to be cutting edge and setting some of those new trends.
Yeah, it probably, if you call it an older alum, they'd go, Venmo, what? No.
Right, you got it.
But that's good, though. I mean, because actually, obviously, we all know as we're sitting here doing this on video, like a Zoom call, obviously we have to, move with the times and keep up with things that, people are interested in and know how to make sure we're reaching all the right people.
Absolutely. And even our profession had to change. We haven't been able to see donors for almost a year now. So we're a sales force, right? In essence, right? And not being able to see our clients, that was hard. That was hard to do for the last year. We too did Zoom calls and we connected and Google calls. And after 3 months or 6 months, that's okay. But after 9 and 12 months, Zoom call burnout set in, right? We went to reach our grads. Now we're reaching more grads across the country and even across the world, right, with Zoom calls. But yet we still want to sit down and break bread and have a good conversation and communication about what Malone University is doing and the changes that we're making and bringing everyone to Christ's kingdom.
And talk about the money that is raised here. What kinds of things do you use that money for?
Sure, great question. a lot of our dollars, especially for, Day of Giving or even the overall Malone Fund, go right towards student scholarships, right? That's the number one goal. We want to make sure that any student that wants to go to Malone, we want to make sure that they can get here, right? And I think the community, not only the city of Canton, but also surrounding communities need to realize Malone University invests over $19 million every single year in student financial aid. Right. So by doing this Day of Giving, it's giving our alums a chance to pay it forward, right? If they got a scholarship when they were here, and they could connect that way. And also the Malone Fund, we kind of talk about, it sometimes covers the things maybe that aren't in the budget, right? This year, the last year, we had to increase a lot into technology. Right? Different cameras, different things to do, online support for our faculty. But it's those extra little things that maybe aren't in the budget that really, that's where Day of Giving or Malone Fund really goes to help support.
Do you have to do any extra work to get the students and the alumni engaged in this whole event and trying to raise the money?
You bet. I mean, we have to move with the times, right? I mean, we want this to go viral. That's our whole goal today, right? Whether it be through radio or print, but with the students, I'm holding up my phone now. They live on their phones, right? So we better be working with our graduates and having this go viral and having our faculty and staff engaged with that, having our students who are very comfortable with Twitter and Facebook, maybe not Facebook as much, but Instagram, all the forms of social media. We have to be out there. And our university relations team's doing a great job of helping us do that, helping us take this program viral today. So that way, anybody who wants to make a gift can do it, no matter how it may be.
Again, it is Spotlight today, and our spotlight is Malone University, and this is Pat Roberts, Vice President for Advancement, and we're talking about a wonderful day of fundraising for Malone University, and talk about the birthday celebration, because here we are, the 129th birthday. Malone looks pretty good for 129 years old.
Absolutely. What a great way to put it. And the first thing we thought, what do you have to do with a birthday? You have to have cake, right? Yeah. So we have a birthday cake in our CAF today. We'll have cake for the students, and they can take up. We have to be COVID friendly, right? So each one can take a cupcake with a cake in the middle. But then and then along with cake, there's gifts, right? Mm-hmm. So we're gonna take gifts across campus. We're gonna have T-shirts and stickers and mugs and give those around to all the students. Again, helping them to hopefully share it. Share this information on social media, but also we even have the students, if they do share it, we have them write a thank you to our alums. And it's a neat way that in the cafeteria, even our students can understand a little bit about philanthropy and how it works, and that other alums, your founding fathers, and mothers 129 years ago, multiple decades and centuries, stepped forward and made gifts so you can go to this university, right, and make a difference.
Yeah.
So, that's
yeah, I was going to say, I mean, is that has to be something that is important, because I mean, for all of us who have attended a university, we hear that, and we know that it's important to support where we, have gone to school, because we want it to continue the legacy. So I would imagine that's the same for you guys, right?
Same with us, right? We want to honor our forefathers, Walter and Emma Malone, who started, in Cleveland, Ohio, the Cleveland Bible Institute and Cleveland Bible College. And then we came to Canton in the 60s with Malone College, and then ultimately Malone University, right? And we want to honor those founders and live up to that legacy that we're trying to change the world one student at a time.
Yeah. Well, talk about COVID. I mean, we mentioned it a little bit here, and talk about how that's affected the university and even your fundraising. I mean, it has to have affected you guys, obviously, a lot, like it has everyone else.
Sure, it's changed the way fundraising is done, just like COVID has done for so many industries, right? And we saw an outpouring of support, just like a number of our churches actually saw giving go up. So did Malone University. Our giving is up. We're $100,000 over our Malone Fund totals where we were last year. We had the highest number in the history of the university last year. So that has an effect. That our families, our parents, our alums wanted to make sure that our students were taken care of. Any of our students that were hurting, or their parents, maybe somebody lost a job or whatever, we wanted to make sure that those students were taken care of. COVID has changed, like I said, the way that we interact with alums. We're doing these Zoom calls now to keep everybody safe, but they help provide the scholarship support and special funds to try and combat all the changes that were made.
All right, we're going to take a quick little commercial break. And when we come back, we will talk about some of the great things that are happening at Malone right now on this 129th birthday. And also, we'll talk about how people can make a gift, make a donation if they would like to do that as well. Again, our spotlight today celebrating the 129th birthday and the day of giving at Malone University. And welcome back to Spotlight this morning on this Wednesday on 1480 WHBC. And again, I will remind you that you can obviously listen on the radio as you are right now, but we are also live on our Facebook page at 1480 WHBC. We are live on Twitter and also on our YouTube channel. And these will live there as well afterwards. So you can go and check them out if you missed any of our information. And we appreciate you tuning in today. It's a special day. I keep talking about it being St. Patrick's Day. Just got to throw in there because it's my mom's 86th birthday. So we have to make sure we get mom's birthday in there too. But it's also celebration of Malone University's 129th birthday. My mom's not that old. And also the Day of Giving. And I have with us right now Vice President for Advancement, Pat Roberts, and we're talking about this wonderful Day of Giving. And again, let's talk about some of the great things that are happening at Malone right now.
Sure, it's a fantastic year, and we like to say on campus, while the world stood still for the pandemic, Malone University stepped up. Right, our faculty. Let's start right there. A year ago, they made an incredible transition, led by Greg Miller, our provost. Did a wonderful job of shifting, right, to be able to offer every single class remotely on campus. Now we have high flex classes where they're the ability to take a course online or in class, whatever it may be, or how those changes, how COVID affects different people, even our faculty. I mean, we wanted to make sure that our faculty, we talk about our students, but we wanted our faculty to remain safe too, right, and protect them. And we did everything we could for them. Our staff stepped up. We, like every other institution, had students in quarantine, right? Well, you need to deliver them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And our staff were delivering those meals every single day to make sure that our students were taken care of. We're blessed to be able to love our students and take care of our students. And our staff and our faculty stepped up in that sense. Our administration never sat on their laurels. We were out gathering information and starting new programs during this time, right? New majors, new minors, new certificate programs, doing everything we can do. And then even physical changes on campus. Thanks to a gift from the Timken Foundation, we were able to completely renovate our library and add a Center for Student Success where we can help students every day, whether it be testing programs, counseling, whatever it may be. Another gift from the Hoover Foundation helped us to change the physical campus with Pioneer Park. We're going to see phase 1 finalized and our competition field being finished. So when you go by 62, you're going to see some changes out there. So just an incredible, exciting time to be a part of this university.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things about the pandemic that a lot of people are very happy about is that as we make our way through it, we come out the other side and we accomplish some things. We're happy to know that we actually accomplished some things. We didn't know what that was going to be like when it first started happening. So talk about, again, before, for folks maybe who are just tuning in, explain one more time what the Day of Giving is, and then maybe if they want to make a donation or how they can take part in this if they'd like to.
Sure. Malone Day of Giving, 129th anniversary, our birthday for Malone University. A 24-hour period where we're going to try and have 240 pioneers, family, friends, students, faculty, alumni all get together and raise over $100,000 for this institution. If you want to make a gift, you can find us online at malone.edu/Day of Giving, or just Google Malone Day of Giving. You'll find us.
Yeah, that's good. Very good. And the other part of it too is I know that there may be folks sitting out there saying, my kids, my grandkids, I want them to get, they're going to move forward in their quest for education. Maybe that wasn't in the cards 6 months ago or even, a year ago. And you guys are open and welcoming new students, right?
Absolutely, every day.
And they can go onto your website and check those things out and find out more information.
Sure can. You betcha. Malone.edu. They'll get all the information there.
All right. Well, Pat, we appreciate you coming on today because I know this is a big, important day for you guys. And we obviously wish you the best of luck and hope that you get that $100,000 in 24 hours. Come on, folks, make that happen.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right, we have coming up next this morning, we're going to talk to Jason Moyer, and Jason is Director of External Partnerships and Strategic Communication. And Jason's going to join us to talk about a really new initiative, something that's a new partnership, so to speak, with Malone and Holmes County. And this is going to be a very, very neat discussion, maybe something that you're not aware of that's going to be happening. And Jason, well, first of all, welcome to you. We're going to take a break here in about a minute or two. I'll just introduce you to the folks real fast, but maybe just give us a quick synopsis of some of the things that we're going to be talking about. This is something that's just being announced today, right?
Good morning, Pam. Yes, it is. It's something we're just announcing today, and I'm happy to get a little time from you and a little time from Pat, too, away from the Day of Giving message, but please do give. The message for this new partnership is quite simple. It's that we are starting a partnership with the Zollikin Institute in Holmes County to provide accredited educational opportunities to conservative Mennonite and Amish students. So that's what we're up to here. It's very exciting, very missionally aligned. I'm excited to talk with you about that in detail. If any of your audience knows a drive through Holmes County and the joy that that brings, I want to bring that back to their minds as we talk about this new partnership.
That's fantastic. I mean, I've been there many, many times, and I can't wait to hear more about it. This will be great. So again, we'll have that here. We're going to take a break here in a minute to get the news and take care of some commercials and things like that. And we'll be back with Jason to talk more about Malone University and this new partnership. And again, if you are listening right now on the radio, we appreciate that. But also, you can check us out live on Facebook at 1480 WHBC. Just like our Facebook page, and you'll be able to hear all of these and see all of them. Our StreamYard video productions, and also on Twitter, and also on our YouTube channel as well. So we're everywhere, and we would love for you to check us out there and share some of the interviews and stories that we tell. We would love for you to do that. Again, we'll talk more with Jason Moyer, who is Director of External Partnerships and Strategic Communication with Malone University. That's coming up after the news. Stay tuned. And welcome back, everyone, to Spotlight on this Wednesday morning. And Pam Cook with you this morning. Thank you so much to Pat Roberts, who was with us last half hour, the Vice President for Advancement at Malone University. We were talking about the 129th birthday and the Day of Giving taking place today at Malone. And if you missed any of that, of course, you can check it out at our Facebook page at 1480 WHBC. You can check it out on Twitter, on our YouTube channel, and also our podcast on our website. And now we're going to continue our discussion this morning, and I am really excited to hear more about this. We have with us right now Jason Moyer, who is Director of External Partnerships and Strategic Communication, which sounds like a big, long title, but I know is now I get it as I listen to what you're going to talk about, because you have established a great partnership with some folks that you're going to talk about this morning. Jason, tell me a little bit about that. Good morning, first of all, and let's talk about that.
Good morning, Pam. I'm happy to be with you this morning and everybody who's listening. This partnership is designed to serve Amish and Mennonite communities in Holmes County. And it's a fascinating partnership. I'm excited to talk with you about it. But before I do, I want to say during that commercial break, I had an opportunity to go to malone.edu/Day of Giving and donate myself. Pat Roberts, our Vice President of Advancement, got to me with his message. So I wanted to make sure to give this morning before I got on here with you. I encourage everyone to do that as well. The partnership is fascinating, and it wasn't just me who made it. It was made with my friends and colleagues here at Malone and our connections that we built in Holmes County during that time. The courses for this partnership will take place at the Amish and Mennonite Heritage Center. So have you ever been to the Amish and Mennonite Heritage Center down in Berlin, Ohio, Pam?
I have not. I have not been to that center, but I have been to Berlin numerous times.
It's a wonderful place to go. So I encourage all of your audience here to consider when next time they're down there to head to the Amish and Mennonite Heritage Center. And there you will find this mural, this 25-foot mural that wraps around a room. I believe it's 25 foot. It's about 10 feet high. It takes up about the whole space. And it tells the story in that mural of where Amish and Mennonite people came from. And it's a great tourist location down there.
Okay, and so this is where you're going. Explain what the partnership is going to do. So people are going to go there for?
People will go there to take college classes. And the reason I bring up the Amish and Mennonite Heritage Center is because that's the location that people will be able to take classes. And this partnership is designed to serve the people who continue to live in that story that's described in the Amish and Mennonite Heritage Center. One thing that is really a challenge is trying to figure out how to offer education, college education in that specific community. And because of deep relationships we have there, let me tell you quickly about our president, Dr. David King, who I know you've talked to in the past, Pam.
Yes.
And he grew up in Holmes and Wayne County, and he has deep connections there. It's through connections like that we were able to build this partnership. We are a great partner for what's called the Zollikin Institute there. The Zollikin Institute is an organization that's committed to providing skills and faith education to conservative Mennonites and Amish in that community.
So you're starting out with the classes. Talk about, you mentioned the Zollikin name. Maybe give us a little idea of what's the meaning behind that.
This is an interesting history lesson, which I won't go into too much detail on, but it's a town in Switzerland, Zollikin, near Zurich. And Zurich and that area is one of the birthplaces of what's called Anabaptism. And I don't know if any of your listeners know that word Anabaptism or not, but existing Anabaptist groups are the Amish, the Mennonites, Hutterites. I don't know if anyone's heard of the Hutterites in your radio audience. And in the Reformation, what happened was there was this group of people reading the Bible anew for the first time because of the printing press in the 16th century. And what they learned by reading scripture was that they should start an alternative movement in Christianity that was devoted to peace, reconciliation, love, neighbor, being kind to your neighbor, and these sorts of values. And they serve as the foundation for the Anabaptist movement. It's that origin site that is the namesake Zolikin. And the very fascinating part of that is when your listeners maybe think of Amish people or Mennonites, they think of farm country, maybe some horse and buggies and this kind of thing, part of the Amish tourist culture. Well, they should also think about how at the beginning of that movement, we have a bunch of really highly educated people who were reading the Bible for the first time, who were taking a turn in Christianity because of that. And so the Zolikin Institute is interested in reviving that kind of high educational experience in that community, as well as skills for business and the like. So that's the kind of purpose of their organization that we partnered with.
And so how does that fit in with Malone's mission then?
The mission of Malone is to prepare servants of the church community in the world. And in that mission, we want to welcome any student, no matter who they are, where they're from, where they are in their faith journey, to our campus for one-on-one relationships that transform students' lives and help them to become the kind of people who will go the extra mile for those who need it. And in that mission of preparing servants for the church community and the world, we find a deep connection to the Amish and Mennonite communities that the Zolikin Institute is seeking to serve. We're not just doing education. We believe in education. We're doing education to prepare people to serve their colleagues, to serve their communities, to serve their families, and to serve their neighbors in their community.
Okay, so it obviously it fits very well. It seems to be a natural fit, basically. Talk about Narita Yoder. That would be the director, correct?
Yes, Narita Yoder is the director and my partner in working through the details of this initiative. Narita is a fascinating person and a strong leader in that community. The educational journey, she's from that community. She's from the Holmes County community, where the Zolikin Institute is located and where this initiative and partnership between Malone and the Zolikin Institute is taking place. She went from that community and a conservative Mennonite context in that community to Columbus, to Ohio State University, where she earned a degree in history, an undergraduate degree. Then she went to Yale University, okay, to pursue a master's degree in religious history. This is an amazing journey for a woman who grew up in a conservative Mennonite context. And I learn from her every day in this partnership. She then didn't take that education and leave her community altogether, but wanted to return to where she came from in support of her community. And that's where she is now. And she's a business leader there. But she's also the director of the Zolikin Institute. And she's a great partner for us. And any good partnership, Pam, I know that you know this, any good partnership, I think about my relationship with my wife, Stephanie. And I think, if I make dinner, she's got to do the dishes. And if she makes dinner, I do the dishes. It's a good back and forth kind of situation. And that's what this partnership is founded on, that kind of good relationship.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So talk about some of the classes, and how this is all going to work.
We are announcing the partnership now, And you should pay attention for news about the partnership moving forward. Courses will begin, accredited courses will begin in the fall. So we won't be starting accredited courses right now, but in the fall, and we're preparing for that launch. The types of courses that will be available there are actually available to anyone in that community. You don't have to be in the Mennonite Amish community or know what the word Anabaptism means to take courses there, although that is the purpose of the initiative. But anyone can take courses here. The courses will be in things like maybe computer-related skills, maybe business-related skills like finance and this type of things. Things to support the skills of the local business community, courses to allow people in that community to upskill themselves so that they're able to take on new roles and responsibilities. That community is full of large businesses, also full of small cottage businesses where education, skill training can help to increase the economic value of those organizations. Additionally, there will also be, Pam, courses that are related to theology. Those won't be accredited by Malone, but those will be offered by the Zollikin Institute to support the leadership in conservative Mennonite and Amish churches. There will also be liberal arts courses, things like I teach, like public speaking and this kind of thing. History. You have to imagine if the director of the center is a history teacher, that there will be history courses offered. So it will be a wide range of college courses, as you would see on a college campus.
And how frequent will they be given? I mean, is this like, every Monday, Wednesday, or, I mean, how's that going to work?
Those details have not been worked out in concrete ways yet. I'll just be honest with you, Pam. But I mean, we will schedule courses in a way that fit the audiences for the courses. So as we work at the time frames, we won't be following the traditional academic calendar time frames that we would have on our campus. Instead, they'll be more fitting to someone who works full time or runs a business or, has to manage a farm life in this context. So we're dealing with a unique situation here, one that not every college is set up to deal with really well in terms of the understanding who we're serving. And we're really happy and we're delighted to be in this partnership and have this opportunity to serve these students in this way.
And not to throw you a monkey wrench or anything like that, but as I listen to this, it feels like there is such a potential for growth in what you're doing. I mean, is that something that you have in mind for the future?
We're always interested in expanding our opportunities to create servants of others. Okay, like on our campus, for instance, our students pretty much all engage in service projects in our community. For instance, we have students at local schools in Canton City, where I live, who are in mentoring relationships with students on playgrounds. And what this looks like in its function, Pam, is that we take a soccer player that's at Malone and we put him on the playground with a school in the city and we say, play kickball together. We find that those type of relationships impact the amount of incidents on those playgrounds, but more so they impact and change who our students become. And so we're always interested in finding new ways to fulfill that mission and to grow, as you said. In this specific initiative, I'll say that in all of our initiatives, as we grow, we never want to violate the key core missional experience of Malone University, which is the one-on-one mentoring relationship that we have with our students. Like, I know my student Christian, who is a friend of mine, for instance, and I know who God has created Christian to be, and I work every day to try to develop him, give him experiences and knowledge that he'll need to find a purposeful and meaningful career in life. So as we grow in this partnership, and I hope that you're right, that there is growth potential in this partnership. I hope that you're right. I hope that, though, for the mission of the institution and for that transformative one-on-one relationship that we value here on our campus.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and making the announcement today, and look forward to you sharing more details as they are available and you can release them. And anything else that you want to add before we let you go?
Absolutely. I want to invite your listeners to visit our URL. And if they want any more information, or they want to take classes, or know somebody who wants to take classes down at the Zolliken Institute, I want them to go to malone.edu/Zolliken Institute. Now, I've got to spell Zolliken for you,
Yes.
right? ZOLLIKON Institute. All right. And I won't hesitate to say that because of who we are as an institution, and because of our mission to serve others and prepare servants of others, that I encourage all of your listeners to give and contribute to that. We're Canton's University. We love to serve our region and our community. And so please give at malone.edu/day of giving.
Yes, Day of Giving today. 240 donors is the goal in 24 hours, which is $100,000. And plugging away right now, already on their way to setting that goal, meeting that goal. And again, malone.edu/day of giving, celebrating the 129th birthday. And again, Jason, such a great thing that you guys are doing. And I love all of this information, and we appreciate you coming on and sharing it with our listeners today.
Great to be with you, Pam. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, that is Spotlight today for this Wednesday, and we'll take a commercial break and we'll be back after this.